Okay, logs. Okay, so looks hard because you've never seen this word before. Today is not going to be hard. Okay, so what is a log? It is another way of writing an exponent. So there's more to it that we'll talk about today. And we'll spend several days on this before we start doing some work with the calculator. So a mathematician named John Napier created the word logs, or made up the word logarithm. He is no longer alive. He was in the 1500s. And it comes from the word logos and rhythm, which is, let me look at it again. Ratio number. So there's a lot more to it that we'll talk about, but we're going to talk about a lot of changing forms today. Okay, so when you have a log, log is short for logarithm. We use that word log a lot. So what we want to do is we want to change it to exponential form here. So the base of this is 2. So your base of your exponential form is going to be the same. It's going to be a 2. So what's different is the answer here. Let me write base here. And what is the answer here is your exponent of your exponential equation. So my exponent in the exponential equation is 4. And then my answer to that would be 16. It's just moving things around, and the answer to that log is an exponent. That's what the goal is there. Okay, so this is just our answer here on this. Rewriting an exponential form is 2 to the 4th equals 16. Is 2 to the 4th equals 16 a true statement? Yeah. So if it's not, then you've done something wrong, because it should be a true statement. Okay, so my base on number 3 is what? 13. And so this here, this 0 is your exponent. And then the 1 is the answer. So 13 to the 0 is 1. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, can I get a hand, please, to do the next one? Changing this to exponential form. Yeah, thank you. So then it's just going to be equal to this right here, 1 over 289. So if we take 17 to the negative 2, remember that's the same thing as 1 over 17 squared, which is 1 over 289. Questions on that? So base, exponent, and answer. Go ahead and do number 5 as your U try. So do that on your paper, please. Have you seen these before?
No.
No. Okay. Okay.
Where is the little like?
Can you see it?
Oh wait, yeah.
Perfect. Good.
I'm just trying to like figure out my calculator.
What?
So you won't be able to do it on your calculator anyway. Oh, you want to do the exponent key?
Yes. Next one.
Thank you. That's what you wanted. Great. Nicole? Okay, everybody I checked had it. Yep. You should get 15 squared equals 225. Any questions on that? Okay, just like when we have the square root of 5, the number that is assumed to be here is what? 2. So there's logs are the same way, where if there's no number there, it's assumed to be something. If so, there's no base, if this should say no. If no base, assume the base is 10. So 10 is the most common log, and that's where the 10 comes from. So if this is log of 1,000 equals 3, what would my base be since there's no base there? Okay. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so now we're going to go the other direction. So we have 9 squared equals 81. So we're going to write it in log form. So our base on this, what's the base of this equation? 9. So it's log base 9. And then what happens is these two switch. So it's log base 9 of 81 is equal to 2. So 2 is always your answer to the exponent. The exponent is always the answer, I mean, for a log equation. So this would be a log base, what? 16 of, somebody want to take a guess, of 4 equals 1/2. Okay, so these two switch. So the 4 goes here, and then the 1/2 is your answer. So both the last classes said, could we put a 2 there instead of a 1/2? Could we? No, it wouldn't be a true statement. Okay, 4 squared would give us 16. So we want 16 to the 1/2 is 4. Or 16 squared would not, 16 to the 1/2 would not give us, 16 squared would not give us 4. Okay, so what's the base here on this one? Log base 5. What number goes here? 125. And that's going to be equal to 3. So go ahead and do number 9 as your U try. U try. Did it already. Great. Good. Great. Great. Very nice. Were you able to get your thing? Good. Good. Nice.
This guy.
Makes sense. So the exponent's always the answer. Okay, got it. Okay, so log base 6 of 36 is 2. Questions on that? Everyone I checked had it. Okay, so we have equations now that we're going to solve. Anybody have any idea what we might do to solve that equation? Yes, we want to convert it to exponential form so that we're much more familiar with the exponential form. So our base is 11. What's our exponent according to this? So remember, this is your exponent. So it's to the third. So 11 to the third is equal to n. Calculator's nice, so feel free to get up and get a calculator if you want to. So we get 1331. Okay, somebody want to set up number 11 for me? Huh? Good. Good. So now what we want is we're going to use what we did last class. So we want to get our bases the same. So this is a base of 3. So can we make 81 3 to some exponent? So play with it on your calculator. Go get one. Go get one. To the 4th. So 3 to the 4th is 81. If you can play with that on your calculator. And so then we have x is equal to 4. Does that make sense? Do we have a question back there? Okay. Okay, so number 12. Base is 12. What's my exponent, Kira? Yes. And that'd be equal to what according to this equation? Yes. So then we just find out what 12 squared is. 144. And that's our answer. Not too bad, huh? Okay. So how do we set this one up? Somebody in that group back there. X to the 3rd equals 8. So this one's a little harder because we need to get our bases the same normally, but we don't have a base there. We don't know what that base is. Could we make this 8 something to the 3rd? Is some number to the 3rd equal 8? Yes, it would be 2. So you may have to play with a calculator to figure out what that is. So this time we can get our bases or the exponents the same so that we know that our x is equal to 2. Does that make sense? Okay, and then 14, our base is 2, exponent 4, and that's equal to x plus 5. So we find out what 2 to the 4th is. What's that? 16 equals x plus 5. So we subtract 5, and x is 11. Go ahead and do the number 15 for your U-try. Good. On the right track. Great. You know, I have to. So you should get 41. I'll work it out in a moment. Can I get somebody to pass out the worksheet for me? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and put it back while I'm thinking about it.